presentation and they can update what they need, right? Yeah. All right. Cool.
Do you want me speaking on the screen as well? I'll step you back.
Hello. Hello, good afternoon. Please be seated. Please take your cell phones, turn them off or disable the notifications if you will. I'm sure I have that in here somewhere, but why not just get it out of the way. So hello everyone, my name is Will Cotterman. I am President and CEO of the Engineers Alliance for the Arts. And I'd like to welcome you all to our final awards event for the 2023 Student Impact Project. So during the past 23 years, EAA has graduated over 7,000 students and involved more than 710 volunteer engineers from over 50 architecture, engineering, design, and construction firms. We welcome you all today and congratulate not only the students who are here with us, but all of the 620 students across 24 classes who participated in the Student Impact Project this year. I'm going to walk through a couple of announcements, get this kicked off, and then ultimately introduce Derek, who's going to run through the process and how you all will come up and give your presentations about your bridges today. But first, introductions. Hello, how are you? Missed my slide cue. I'd like to thank the executive committee of EAA for all of their hard work and their service to the program and to the organization itself. So it's myself, it's Steve Citrone, Rafael Tercios, Dima Zamaris, Simon Ng, Tom Byrne, Jax Neppers, and Kit Ratcliffe, and Mark Van Velzen. So please just join me in clapping for those folks. Those are the ones who make this very possible. Thank you. And lastly, did she put herself on the slide? She did not. But none of this is possible without our wonderful executive director, Michelle Lehman. She is the beating heart of this organization. So thank you, Michelle, for everything you do. You make all of this, literally all of this, possible, because it doesn't happen unless you're there. So thank you. We also have a wonderful group of donors and advisory board members. These folks are the people and organizations who allow us to bring this program to the classroom free of charge. So the advisory board members are also these folks that represent the organizations, help us to steer our organization, the Engineers Alliance for the Arts, in a strategic direction towards growth and the ability to bring more and more of these programs to classrooms across the country, actually. And I don't know if I mentioned that. It's not in my notes, but I'll pause here. EAA is not just a Bay Area program. It started here. It is the largest program, but we also have numerous chapters across the United States and students who are participating in this program, the same as you all, with volunteer engineers in those communities as well. Okay, this is, I didn't give any warning to the teachers, so apologies. So teachers, please, if you could come up here, we're gonna do something a little different this year. We're gonna take a group photo of you all on this wonderful stage. So, thank you. Yeah, if you could just join me on stage. I'm going to read off the names. If your enthusiastic students can keep their woohoos and claps to a minimum. Joseph Alter and Peter Liu of San Francisco Hilltop High School. Kristen Graff Baker of Oakland School for the Arts. Heather Dutton of NIA Community Learning Center. Karen Fletcher from Livermore High School. Graham Woolley of Arise High School. Ian Hagman and Jim Bohack of Carlmont High School. Mary Flora Medrano of Sacred Heart Cathedral Prep. Angela Johnson from Pinole Valley High School. Heidi Languis, David Stevens, and Jessica Sandoval from Ida B. Wells. Conrad Brenneman from Envision Academy. Dorothea McFarland from New Technology High School. And Jake Stuckey and Valerie Ziegler from Abraham Lincoln High School. Hopefully I didn't butcher all of your names. If you all could get a little tighter and get this picture. Did we get it?
We're getting it.
We're getting it. All right.
You got to get closer. Get in there like you like each other.
Thank you all very much.
Right here, you guys. Got it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you all. We didn't warn them. Thank you for being great sports about that. All right, and lastly, judges, I'm going to call your names and introduce you as well. Thank you for giving all of your Saturday. I think they've been here since right around 9 o'clock this morning, and they will continue, obviously, through the event. So let's just go in the order that I have here. Robert Becker from Presenting Architecture. Matthew DeYoung from UC Berkeley. Katie Taylor-Ford from Ratcliffe Architects. Ken Forward of Pacific Gas and Electric, PG&E. Thanks, Ken. Rupa Garai from Skidmore, Owings, and Merrill. Ken Klein from Simpson, Gumpertz, and Hager. Man, it's a lot of names. Ray Pugliese from Degenkolb Engineers. Diana Skylakos, I hope I got that right, from Banana Republic. And Svea Horton from Simpson, Gumpertz, and Hager as well. I also want to give a mention to the essay judges, Lillian Gonzalez, Jose Jimenez, Nick Murray, and Autumn Wagner. They read all of the essays for all of the students. So every essay you wrote got read by a human. Those are the humans that read them. Thank you. Last but not least, I'd like to give a nod to Steve Citroen and Mark Van Velzen in the back there. They are the ones that helped the logistics of this run today. All right, and now I'm definitely not going to read the name of every one of these volunteers, but if your name is on this list and you volunteered in the classroom, can you please stand up so that we can acknowledge you? We have a handful here today. There were over 48 volunteer engineers and professionals that joined you all in the classroom this year. This is the reason why our program is special, and these are the folks that deliver our mission and our program to you all. So thank you once again. We cannot do this without you. We really, really appreciate your time and energy. All right, I'm almost done, I promise. I'm now going to introduce our MC, who's going to walk through the program and begin to get everything started. And let's get on with it. Derek Hom, who I've known since I joined this program 15 years ago, has actually been with EAA since 2001. His many contributions include serving our board of directors, creating the curriculum and program content that you all went through, volunteering in the classroom to teach that content, and then serving as an awards event judge alongside these other folks here at in the past, excuse me. He did not judge today. I want to make that very clear. Derek is a structural engineer at eStructure, and he holds a master's and a bachelor's degree from UC Berkeley. And I'm sure he was in classrooms very close to this auditorium at one point in time. He has also been a director of the Structural Engineers Association of California and of Northern California, and is an avid sports enthusiast and Oakland A's super fan. It is way too early in the season to say whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, but ladies and gentlemen, Derek Hom.
Thank you, Will, for that wonderful introduction. All right, one thing before we get the presentation started. This is the last call for voting forms for the People's Choice Awards. If you have not turned in your People's Choice Awards and have your form ready to turn in, we have some volunteers walking around. So if you have one, this is the last call for them so we can get them tallied. All right. Okay, so let's get into it, shall we? What is the Student Impact Project? For those of you who don't know, the Student Impact Project is a cross-disciplinary program consisting of teamwork, creativity, engineering, design, construction, and written and oral communications. The challenge and the goal of each student and each bridge team in this project is, over the course of 9 classes without any prior engineering experience, is to design and construct a bridge spanning 36 inches with the ability to hold a brick at midspan using only the following materials: foam core, pins, glue, ping pong balls, string, paint, and carabiner clips. Now, the bridges are judged on the following criteria: aesthetics, structure, class assignments, a written essay, hand sketches, exceptionality, and the reason we're here today, oral presentations. Bridge teams had a choice of one of 2 design scenarios: either the replacement of the Hanam Bridge in Seoul, South Korea, or a new multi-functional bridge connecting Reagan National Airport to National Landing in Virginia. I will be going over those scenarios in a little bit more detail in a couple minutes. Now, each bridge team also had to qualify to get here today, so that means that each school had its own preliminary competition, and only the top 2 bridges from each class advanced to this final event. So what you guys are getting today is the best of the best. Now, once the student presentations are finished for this afternoon, their scores will be tallied, and a number of awards will be given out to those of the best. One such award is the Karen Melander Design Award. This award will be presented to an individual team who uses thoughtful and creative design elements in their bridge with consideration to environmental elements. Other awards that will be handed out include the Founders Award, the President's Award, the Nancy Bonneville Communication Award, the People's Choice Award, and of course, Best in Show. All right, so here is how the competition will work. Each bridge team will have the opportunity to come up here and have 2 minutes to present to the judges why their bridge should be selected. Now, I should note to the students is that there are volunteers behind the scenes. They will bring your bridge out onto the stage, and they will load the brick and then unload it. So you do not need to worry about any of that. You just have to worry about picking up the mics over there and focus on your oral presentation. Now, you have 2 minutes, and it's being timed. So we have a timer here in the crowd. Wave your hand, Brandon. All right, when you have 30 seconds left, the yellow card will be flashed at you, so you will see that. When you have no time remaining, the red card will go up. All right? So, at this time, I will re-emphasize Will's statement. Please now silence your phones, put them on vibrate. Let's be respectful for each of the team members presenting today. So, when do you guys know when you're coming up? All right, I will give you what I call a 3-team warning. Since I'm a baseball fan, we're going to be using baseball terminology. If I tell you you are in the dugout, that means you're presenting 3 teams away. That means to get on alert. You've been mentioned, but you can stay in your seats. If I say that your team is on deck, I would like your team to stand up and move over here to the wings and be ready to present. And of course, if I say your team is coming up to bat, that means you're already in the wings, ready to come on stage and present. When you are finished with your presentation, I'm going to ask that you take your bridge and walk outside over here to the right so you can have a photo taken of your team with the bridge in the bridge gallery. All right? So I am going to call out the first 3 teams right now so they have ample time to get ready, and then I'm going to explain design scenario 1, which is the first group of presentations to come. So in the dugout, we have Shark Attack. On deck, Cherry. And leading off the competition will be Tower Bridge. I am going to request that both Tower Bridge and Cherry both move over to the wings right now while I explain scenario number 1, which is a new vehicular and pedestrian bridge replacing the Hanam Bridge in Seoul, South Korea. Seoul is the largest city as well as the capital of South Korea. It is a bustling metropolis and is a center of commerce, finance, technology, culture, and history. The city is roughly split in half by the Han River, running from east to west, going out to the Yellow Sea. Now, as all we know, just from the windstorms of the last month, that weather events are becoming more and more extreme with climate change. And as part of an infrastructure improvement to help Seoul deal with future flood events, they are planning to replace the Hanam Bridge with one of more resilient design, designed for future extreme weather events. The goal is to create a bridge that has a more resilient design and allow both the current citizens to enjoy their bridge as well as preserve it for future generations. The requirements for this bridge are the following: span length, 1,600 feet, minimum width, 140 feet. The bridge is supposed to be designed for both pedestrian, cycle, and vehicular traffic. In addition to the loading, the deck must have a movable span to allow traffic on the river to pass underneath it. While the span is in motion, obviously pedestrians, bicyclists, and vehicles will not be allowed to cross. As a part of the sustainability requirements, they are supposed to provide a resilient and reliable design with the minimal usage of materials. So with that, let's get started. Once again, I'm going to call out the first 3 teams. In the dugout, we have Shark Attack. On deck, Cherry. And leading off our competition this afternoon from Envision Academy, Tower Bridge.
Hello? Oh. Hello, everyone. My name is Sophia. These are my team members, Marcy and Selena. Myanmar, who isn't here today. Our bridge name is the Tower Bridge, which represents the cables that run through the bridge. And we chose South Korea, Seoul, to replace the Hanam Bridge today.
Our bridge has a movable span which supports the load of vehicles, cyclists, and pedestrians, and also lifts for the passage of boats. Our architectural goals were to create a stable bridge with a movable span, and also to incorporate historical design elements like the tiered towers you see in pagodas. This is a cable-stay bridge and is constructed from stone and steel. A design challenge was figuring out what type of movable span we wanted to use, and we decided on a vertical lift.
Another challenge we had while building our bridge was having a lifting span while also having cables. We worked through this problem by having some cables for the support and some cables to lift a span. One important thing we learned about bridge design was having a stable bridge while also being conservative with materials to have a lesser impact on the environment.
We use collaboration and critical thinking. Oh, thank you. You want to show how it works?
All right, great start. All right, in the dugout, we have Moon Bridge. On deck, Shark Attack, and coming up to bat from Envision Academy, Cherry.
The name of our bridge is Cherry. We chose this name because our design is in Seoul, South Korea, and wanted to name it after the environment, which includes many cherry blossom trees. My team members were me, Alan, and my friend Axel. Seoul is in need of a bridge that can work against climate change, specifically against floods and heavy rainfall. Seoul is the largest city in South Korea, and we plan to build Cherry above the Han River. Our team wanted to focus on making the bridge fit and blend into the environment.
Our bridge will consist of a vertical lift that will be this platform that will allow bridges or ships to pass through the little gap. The real-life materials it will use is actually steel coated with bronze, so it helps against corrosion from the heavy rainfall that happens in Korea. It's appropriate for Seoul because it allows passage through the Han River while fitting in with the aesthetic, which is why we have the cherry tree, and it's the color of most cherry blossoms. It will have a special sewage drain that carries through the water into the Han River, so none of it is held on top of the bridge and has corrosion. And the bronze coating will prevent any corrosion, which is important since the corroded metals can release into the water and have negative effects on the ecosystem.
Some design trade-offs we have considered is the price of the coated steel with bronze. Coating can become very expensive, but we think it was worth it, especially thinking about the safety of South Korean citizens and its marine life. During this building experience, we have learned to love each other, work together during these difficulties. During class, we would have an inclusive brainstorm where our team members can come up with different solutions to problems that we might face during the building process.
Our experiences was really fun because during it we had a lot of laughs, jokes, and some difficulties, but we were able to pull through it together and incorporate everybody's ideas into one.
Thank you.
I hope you guys saw the Among Us.
Okay. In the dugout, we have Immel Bridge. On deck, Moon Bridge. And coming up to bat, Shark Attack.
Hello, my name is Alex. Thank you for all coming today. Today I picked scenario 1 for my bridge. The reason I picked this is the challenge that I encountered with it. The challenges I encountered with building this bridge was the cable, where to place the cables for best structurability, and the materials of my bridge are the towers are going to be concrete with steel reinforcements. The deck is going to be steel with asphalt, and the cables will be completely steel. The name of my bridge is Shark Attack, and the sustainability of the materials I picked is that concrete is cheap and effective to make. The steel is cheap and it will last years. The aesthetics of my bridge is the shark fin design of the towers. The reason I picked this design is the waters and the wildlife within those waters around Seoul, South Korea. And that is the bridge type is a cable stayed with a. It is a cable stayed bridge, and that is it.
Okay. In the dugout, we have Tiger's Eye Bridge. On deck, Immel Bridge. And coming up to bat from Ida B. Wells, Moon Bridge. There we go.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming. My name is Van Estrada. I'm 16 years old, and I'm here from Ida B. Wells High School. This is the Moon Bridge. I chose that name because I thought that the towers looked like cut out pieces of the moon, kind of. The scenario that I chose was scenario 1, the replacement of the Hanam Bridge in Seoul, South Korea. The requirements for that was to have a 1,600-foot span with a movable mid-piece so that it would allow boats to pass through. The design that I chose for the bridge, I chose to make a cable stay design because that just worked the best for me. The materials that I chose were steel for most of the bridge because it needs to be very strong but still light in order for it to raise up, and concrete and asphalt for the roadbed. Then, yeah, it was really fun to build, but I had some challenges specifically with the raising mechanism. There was quite a bit of friction because it was hard to get these to line up perfectly when I was gluing them down. But I just drew on the notches with my pencil so that it would kind of slip more with the graphite. Again, it was really fun to build, and I worked on my own, so it was kind of hard because I had to cut everything out myself and glue everything. But it was also fun because I got to use, specifically my own ideas, and I got to build it how I wanted to. And yeah, again, it was just really fun to build, and it was a very rewarding process. And yeah, that's my whole presentation. So thank you very much for coming.
Okay. In the dugout, Heart of Seoul. On deck, Tiger's Eye Bridge. And coming up to bat from Livermore High School, Immel Bridge. Yep, that's all right. Don't worry about it.
All right. Is this on? Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our bridge presentation. And let's get started with the bridge name and scenario. Our bridge name is Immel Bridge, which means sunset in Korean. And our scenario takes place in Seoul, South Korea. We chose Immel Bridge as the name because it'll be a great tourist attraction to many South Koreans and tourists.
Our bridge is a cable-stayed bridge. In Seoul, South Korea, there's a lot of harsh weather conditions, so we chose to build our bridge with steel for its durability. Our bridge has 3 lanes on it, 2 for car traffic and 1 for pedestrians.
Exactly, and not only did we choose steel for this durability, but also for sustainability reasons. Because of its longevity, it won't need to be replaced as often, and it can also be recycled. And also the cutouts in our bridge allow for less material usage.
We decided to paint our bridge green because in the neighborhood around the Hanam Bridge, the bridge it's replacing, there's lots of green roofs and accents on buildings. So we wanted to make sure that our bridge blended in with the environment that was already there. And we also cut out designs in our towers that are Korean to try to emphasize Seoul's mix of traditional and modern architectural design.
And for our lifting mechanism, we chose a half lap connection in which the internal 6 inches of the span lift up and retract back down to allow marine traffic to flow through. So I can demonstrate that for you guys now.
I wanted to thank everyone for coming to our bridge presentation. Me and my group had a lot of fun, and we learned a lot about building bridges. And unfortunately, one of our members couldn't show up, and I guess that's it. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Okay, in the dugout, we have the Koi Bridge. On deck, Heart of Soul. And coming up to bat, Tiger's Eye Bridge from Livermore High School.
Hello, we're students from Livermore High School. I'm Katrina Blair.
I'm Grace Gallagher.
And I'm Lupita. Our bridge name is Tiger's Eye. We named it because tigers are important in the Korean culture. The scenario for this project was to replace the Hanam Bridge in Seoul, South Korea.
The main aspects of our bridge is that it's a cable stay, but we made sure to give it covers to protect the pedestrians and the vehicles from the rain. On the vehicular side of the bridge, it opens. So while the cars have to stop for the ship cargo to go under, the pedestrians can continue to walk over and view the scenery.
The main environmentally friendly aspect of our bridge design is the recycled material that it would be made out of in real life. If we were to build this bridge in real life, we would use recycled steel, because steel is a very strong and efficient material for bridge design, and when you use a recycled material, it saves the valuable time and energy that goes into the production process. One of the main aspects of this scenario for the sustainability was to try to minimize the amount of material used. So in our design, we tried to use as little material as possible while still keeping it strong and functioning. Thank you for listening to our presentation.
All right, in the dugout, the Seoul Sun Bridge. On deck, the Koi Bridge. And at bat from the NIA Community Learning Center. Heart of Seoul. Judges, this is listed on your score sheet as Seoul's Heart.
Hi everyone, my name is Carla.
And my name's Kiara.
And our bridge's name is the Heart of Seoul. And we chose this name because it's located in the biggest city of South Korea, and we decided to make it a little girly. That's why it's pink. It has braided cables, and it has hearts on the side, and we think it represents women in STEM.
Yeah. We chose scenario 1 because we wanted to challenge ourselves, and we really liked the idea of making a bridge that could rise. Our bridge would be made out of steel and concrete, but the steel used would be all recycled and locally sourced. Our pillars used would be steel, and we'd have cables with reinforced concrete. Considering it's a pink bridge, we would use eco-friendly paint. Our bridge would have metal restraining cables underneath for in case of any natural disasters. Our bridge is a cable-stayed bridge. We had originally only put these 2 pillars, but realized we needed something to hold them together.
That's why we put the top beam, and we're the most proud of our pulley system. And in real life, it would be controlled by a motor and powered by solar panels. It would have a sensor built in order to sense the boats in case of cloudy skies or an emergency. We would have a backup generator, and our bridge is approximately 480 feet tall. We wanted it to be tall enough to see the hearts that would be lit up at night, and we wanted it to be eco-friendly as possible, so we decided not to work under, to not put pillars, so we don't work under marine life. And yeah.
If our bridge was to have toll poles, we'd donate 20% of the profit to marine life resources. So moving on, we worked together, we did all the work well, and I think we try to make everyone's ideas come to life, and that's what we did in the thing. Everyone helped with whether it was building, designing, and or painting. And this was overall a fun project that brought us closer and challenged us. We faced a lot of challenges doing it, so yeah. Sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, in the dugout, we have Yong Won Han. On deck, the Seoul Sun Bridge, and coming up to bat from Nia Community Learning Center, the Koi Bridge.
Hello, my name is Melody Larios, and here is Jesus Sanchez. We come from the School Nia Community Learning Center, and today here we have the Koi Bridge. This is a truss bridge, and in the middle we have a little kois, which in Korea, koi fish represent good luck, good fortune, and prosperity.
Our bridge would be made out of reinforced steel and reinforced concrete, and we decided that we would make it out of that because they're really strong and they could be locally sourced or used by recycled materials. And it was a very fun project to do because it put us to the test, and we took quite a long time to find a good design process on how we would really incorporate the lifting mechanism and also keep it very slick and looking good.
Our bridge supports vehicles, pedestrian, and also bikes. Thank you.
In the dugout, we have Yong Yol. On deck, Yong Won Han. And coming up to bat from Nia Community Learning Center, the Seoul Sun Bridge.
Hi, I'm Kyle.
And I'm Jorge.
We have another group member, Matthew, but he's not here today. He has to work. So our bridge is the Sun Bridge. We chose it for the first scenario. Honestly, I kind of think it named itself, really, because, well, when we chose it, we wanted something difficult. We wanted to try to make a bridge move, right? And our first idea was the Park Street Bridge back in Alameda. That's where me and him are from. And, well, it kind of, but we didn't really want to, make a bridge that kind of go up and down like that. We want to try something different. So what we did was that we kind of made it so the middle kind of slides back and forth. And then from there, we just needed, the bridge kind of needed a spot where taller boats can go through. So that's why we have carved out center. And then it kind of, from there, needed supports and it designed itself. And then it just kind of looked like a sun and sun bridge.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun coming up with the design. It was definitely something that we don't get to do every day, and it was really fun sketching out designs for the little holes and stitching up the bridge to make it something really unique. And I really liked how it came out at the end. When making our bridge, we had to communicate a lot with each other. We actually had a lot of different ideas. Some made it in the final design, some didn't. I was the one who kind of brought up the Park Street Bridge. Yeah, I was kind of using it as a frame of reference. Kyle was the one who sort of came up with the idea of doing a retractable bridge, and we just kind of combined the two ideas together. What our bridge is made of is steel and low cement concrete. The low cement concrete is kind of this more environmentally friendly form of concrete, therefore making the bridge stable while at the same time more environmentally friendly. During our design, we also were thinking of kind of making a little retractable ant pillar.
That's time.
Oh, it's time.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Start moving, or? All right, I'll start moving. So.
Okay, in the dugout we have Mugungwa Bridge. On deck, Yong Yol, and coming up to bat from Abraham Lincoln High School, Yong Won Han Bridge.
Hello, good afternoon. We are Samantha,
Suchi, Sasha,
Candace. For scenario 1, we named our bridge Yongwon-han Bridge. The word Yongwon-han means eternity or forever in Korean, and we chose it to represent the bridge's longevity for years to come. We were deeply inspired by the famously known Joseon Dynasty's beliefs in longevity and eternal youth. Our overall plan was to keep the design clean yet simple, along with fulfilling any necessary requirements. Next, Candace will tell us a bit about our bridge.
Yongwon-han is a cable-stayed bridge. It uses steel to achieve our desired look. To ensure the bridge's sustainability, we used carbon concrete. This type of concrete has a lower carbon footprint than typically used concrete. Next, Suchi will be talking about the theme of our bridge.
The theme of our bridge, water, is an everlasting source with a cycle that goes on forever, representing longevity. Yongwon-han's special features are its wave-shaped side support pillars, which have wavy cutouts, allowing wind to pass through. This bridge will also span across the Han River. Therefore, we chose a light blue color to further follow our theme. Lastly, Sasha will be talking about the movable parts of our bridge.
We also designed a moving deck that allows the bridge to open up. This fulfills the requirement of accommodating river traffic. We believe our bridge would be appropriate for this scenario because of the minimal materials used and the attractive support feature, making it fitting for Seoul. Thank you for listening.
In the dugout, we have Harmony Bridge. On deck, Mugungwa Bridge. And coming up to bat from Abraham Lincoln High School, Yongyol Bridge.
Hello, we are IDRC Incorporated. This is Sophie, Luis, and I'm Morgan. We chose the first scenario in Seoul, South Korea. The name that we chose for our bridge is the Yeongyeol Bridge because it means connection in Korean, and it represents how our bridge connects the Gangnam-gu and Yeonsan-gu district. As you can see, our bridge has 2 temples on it. These temples are inspired by the Gyeongbokgung Palace. And as you can also see, it has rose sharrows on the sides and also underneath. We chose these because they represent light that never fades in Korean culture and therefore connect to the resilience of our bridge. Finally, our bridge is painted in navy blue because in Korean culture, it means creativity, immortality, and hope, which all relate to our bridge in a certain way.
Our bridge is an arch-type bridge with a moving mechanism. Its infrastructure would be made of recycled steel, which is not only cost-effective, but is also more sustainable than many other materials available. We would use concrete as it has reduced its carbon footprint by 19% since 1990. And for the temples, we would build them with glulam wood. And even though they are more expensive than regular wood, they are more sustainable and are cheaper to replace. Finally, for the windows, we would use frosted glass to represent paper windows genuine temples have.
Some design trade-offs that we had to consider was substituting the intricacy for overall functionality. For example, initially we had planned for the temples to be a bit more detailed, but we had to remove some of them in order to support the drawbridge component. When we had first met, it was a bit hard to get along because we did not know each other before, but soon we were able to freely articulate our thoughts, ideas, and constructive criticism. Overall, we did enjoy this project as it was a break from the normal curriculum and allowed us to visualize our ideas in the world around us. Thank you.
In the dugout, Eternal Tree Bridge. On deck, Harmony Bridge. And coming up to bat from Abraham Lincoln High School, Mugungwa Bridge.
Hello, we are Unsafe Building Co. And our group members are Logan Cerna, Dashiell Hill, Vinicio Hernandez, and Victor Lee. The name of our bridge is Mugunghwa Bridge, which can also be translated to Hibiscus Bridge. We chose this name because we wanted to base our bridge off of something important to South Korea. The Mugunghwa flower is the national flower of South Korea, and it also means the eternal blossom that never fades. We hope this meaning translates to our bridge because we want our bridge to last forever and bring a smile to a face like flowers.
The design of our bridge is a mix between a truss and arch bridge, and as you can clearly see, the Mugwai flower is incorporated into the truss design. We chose to build this bridge out of recycled steel and self-healing concrete. One, because recycled steel allows to save energy and time as well as reduces metal waste. And we chose we chose self-healing concrete because of the fact that it heals itself and reduces the need to locate and repair internal damage.
One of the design trade-offs with our bridge
was finding a good concept that would truly encapsulate the spirit of Seoul. We had many ideas, such as having an animal like a tiger or a snake, but we found that a flower would best represent Seoul.
Overall, there were many times where we felt stressed, but in the end, once everything was wrapping up, we felt very accomplished and relieved. The main idea we got from this experience was gaining better communication skills as a team, and we did this by giving each other feedback. Overall, we found this experience really rewarding, and we thank you for listening.
In the dugout, Cacao Friends Bridge. On deck, Eternal Tree Bridge. And coming up to bat from Abraham Lincoln High School, Harmony Bridge.
Hello everyone, my name is Roy.
My name is Derek.
And this is the Harmony Bridge. So we made a cable-stayed bridge with an opening in the middle to accommodate for ships and vessels going along the Han River in Seoul, South Korea.
So for the materials, the towers and the cables will be made of recycled reinforced steel for strength, durability, and to cut down on waste, eco-friendliness. The deck of the bridge will be made out of self-healing concrete, so it will stand the test of time, and we don't need to look for cracks as much.
So you might be wondering why we chose green for the color of our bridge. Many people associate the color green with trees, nature, grass. So we want to show that while designing our bridge, we took environmental factors into consideration. And also, this design in the middle that you see here, it might be different from other bridges. You don't see that much on bridges. But on skyscrapers around Seoul, there's a lot of abstract art with curly lines, not just straight lines that you see. So we want to fit in with the surrounding buildings. So that's why you see some curly lines design.
Okay, for our biggest design trade-off was the type of bridge we were going to make. At first, we were going to make a suspension bridge, but the opening in the middle proved difficult, so we changed over to a cable-stayed bridge.
Yeah, so right now you guys just see the final design, but throughout the journey here, it wasn't that smooth sailing. The first 2 weeks, we were just throwing out ideas. We didn't know which one was better. We were holding debates which idea was better, but we realized we weren't getting any building done. So we threw away our differences and we just picked one idea, went with it, made sure it fit in with the Seoul scenario, and we got to building, and now you can see our final bridge. And now we could show you the opening, how the middle opens. Yeah, so in real life, these turny things will be powered with a motor. Thank you.
All right, note to judges, bridge number 14, Jeremy Paul will not be presenting. Please skip that line on your score sheets. All right, in the dugout, we have Jennifer Coolbridge. On deck, Cacao Friends Bridge. And coming up to bat, Eternal Tree Bridge from Oakland School for the Arts.
Hello and good afternoon. My name is Bree Shenham, and today I am joined by
Mayan,
Natalia,
and Alula.
And our teammate Kelsey couldn't join us today, but she's here with us. This is the Eternal Tree Bridge. Our bridge was created with the intent to honor South Korea architectural history and artistic values. To do this, we utilized motifs such as the Korean red pine and rose of Sharon to symbolize longevity, immortality, and balance. We chose to center our approach around Art Nouveau. The design philosophy focuses on fluid geometry, botanical motifs, balance, and unity. And we emphasize these with natural shapes and stylized flowers and tree branches.
We prioritized sustainability by using recycled steel and bamboo. Both can be extremely durable and low maintenance, and bamboo is a particularly appropriate choice as contemporary South Korean design principles value natural materials in harmony with nature. There are leaf-like structures that help to shelter the bridge from the elements, and there's an intricately carved fence along the outside edges, which serves as both an art piece and a response to Korea's high suicide rate. This bridge encourages eco-friendly transport with bike lanes and sidewalks with planted margins in between them to protect those in these lanes from cars and pollution.
Suicide rates in South Korea are the 4th highest cause of death. To prevent attempts on the bridge, we decided to build high deterring walls on either side. These prevention fences will be decorated with symbolic South Korean imagery and flowers. By making these functional structures beautiful, we would be able to prevent fatalities without making the architecture seem oppressive or cage-like.
Our bridge is a winning design because of the balance between beauty and function. We have proven that design can be efficient and sustainable without sacrificing aesthetics. Our strategy for suicide prevention sets us apart and shows the consideration and sensitivity with which we approached our design. The Eternal Tree Bridge is innovative, and with the care we have taken, it will be as everlasting as its name. Thank you.
All right, in the dugout, Wong Halo. On deck, Jennifer Coolbridge. And coming up to bat from Oakland School for the Arts, Cacao Friendsbridge.
Hello, we're from Oakland School for the Arts. My name is Sienna, and this is Olivia. We chose to design a bridge that would replace the Hanam Bridge in Seoul, South Korea. This design required us to build a bridge that was sturdy enough to accommodate foot and motor traffic, as well as a movable span to allow boats to pass through underneath.
Our bridge is a cable bridge, so when it can... We tried to use minimal materials. We only used one piece of foam core to build this. And in real life, we would be using recycled steel and concrete.
The pulley system also makes our bridge energy efficient, and in real life, it could utilize weights, making it fuel efficient as well. The most unique part of our project is the design. We drew inspiration from the popular characters, the Cacao Friends, and the animals designs featured on the sides. We were also highly influenced by graffiti art and aesthetics that we've seen in our own neighborhoods in terms of the art and artistic style. We had a lot of fun building this bridge. I feel like we got to build community as a group. Even though 3 of our members aren't here today, I feel like we all got along really well. And
we learned a lot about building bridges.
Yeah, and we kind of incorporated all of our ideas into building this bridge.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, in the dugout, we have the Bridge of Ethically Practiced Economics. On deck, Huang Halo. And coming up to bat from Oakland School for the Arts, Jennifer Coolbridge.
Glamour, elegance, refinement, allure. All words that describe South Korea and multi-award winner Jennifer Coolidge. Jennifer Coolbridge stretches 1,600 feet over the Han River in Seoul, South Korea, connecting the Gangnam and Yongsan communities. Jennifer Coolbridge presents an environmental and architecturally conscious response to the recent destruction of the Han Bridge due to environmental disaster.
Our cable-stayed suspension bridge features one sturdy tower that can raise the entire span by itself to preserve materials. The tower itself features its shape replicates the shape that the cables would naturally fall at the point of tension to reduce the possibility of damage to the supports, which we've also reinforced with feeds for the cables to keep them aligned. And the span itself has a layer of corrugation and a I-shaped girder support at the bottom, not only to reinforce it, but also to provide a lip on either side so that the span can rest against each surface and be further supported.
In building our model, we used doubled foam core for all of the points that will take the most weight. We will be using eco-concrete, recycled steel, and steel cables.
You may think a bridge this stunning couldn't be eco-friendly, but that's where you're wrong. It's environmentally safe concrete, which is more expensive, but it's significantly stronger, so it's worth the risk. We have bird mesh in our corrugation to protect birds from getting in, as well as drainage in case water gets into our corrugation. Let's see. We used minimal materials, and we didn't sacrifice the integrity for the weather while keeping it minimal.
We're out of time.
Oh, sorry. We just put it down, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
In the dugout, we have Fly High Magpie. On deck, the Bridge of Ethically Practiced Economics. And coming up to bat from Oakland School for the Arts, Huang Halo.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Eugenio.
My name is Parker Skelton.
The other three members of our group couldn't be here today, but thank you to Sonia Suarez, Joe Yimin, and Luke Heichman.
Our group chose Scenario 1, the vehicular and pedestrian bridge replacing the Hanam Bridge in Seoul, South Korea.
The bridge is called Hong Halo because it means to the Yellow Sea. We chose this name because the bridge crosses the Han River and goes toward the Yellow Sea. We wanted to have some sort of Korean significance, hence the Korean language and towers that show traditional Korean architecture.
Last year, Seoul had their heaviest rainfall, which made the need for rethinking infrastructure for flooding concerns and drainage. There's a hydroelectric system in the towers for rainy days, and for sunny days, there are solar panels. Due to recent climate change issues, we wanted to make a way for water to be conserved in the towers. We have them funneled for other uses, like a canal system, and also saving water in tanks nearby. Our bridge has enough rows for like 2 sets of lanes for each direction, as well as bike lanes and pedestrian.
While looking at some of the other bridges in Korea, there are many cable stays that use the wires to extend the beauty and aesthetics of the bridge. So we wanted to incorporate that in our design. Because of all the rain and the water surrounding the bridge, we decided to make our bridge out of concrete so the water has less of an effect on the sustainability of the bridge. When researching to find the strongest cables that can sustain in a wet environment, we found an initiative to incorporate ultra-high strength steel wire developed by Korean manufacturers, which includes the implementation of grade 2,160 MPa cable stay strand on a cable stay bridge.
Our bridge fits the scenario because it includes all the must-have aspects while also incorporating tradition and invention. One of the challenges in our bridge was that it needed to open for water traffic. We looked at many different options that we could carry out and went with a drawbridge concept because we felt it would fit the bridge best since there weren't towers that go into the water.
Thank you.
Okay, note to judges, the next bridge that is coming up replaces the bridge listed Dolly Dolly on your score sheet. And it's also representing scenario number 2. Just be aware of that. Anyway, in the dugout, we have the Pacifica. On deck, Fly High Magpie. And coming up to bat from Oakland School for the Arts, Bridge of Ethically Practiced Economics. I'll cover that later. Unfortunate, yeah, it's okay.
My name's Zoe. This is Agosa and Atticus. We have 2 other teammates, Phoebe and Lily, who are not here today. So, as you may have heard, this is the Bridge of Ethically Practiced Economics. Due to its proximity to the airport named after Ronald Reagan, we decided it was important to make a stance on the harm done by his presidency in the U.S. morally.
Our bridge would be constructed in National Landing, Virginia. It would connect Crystal City to Ronald Reagan National Airport. It's a suspension bridge made of locally sourced recycled steel and brine sludge-based geopolymer concrete, which would lower our bridge's carbon footprint. If built, our bridge would be about 3,000 feet long and about 30 feet wide, and would have 2 decks connected on each side with suspension cables and a worn truss with verticals.
The top deck is split by a raised curve, one lane for beginners, bicyclists, and the other for pedestrians. And the bottom deck is a 2-way shuttle line. And the bridge could also be a new hub of community because there are benches with sunshades and fun wildlife information plaques. And to reduce littering, trash and recycling cans will be along the walkway, ensuring the usability of the space.
The cables are the bridge's main support system. They hold the weight of both decks. You can't see, but it's tied underneath and below the decks. We used integrals to calculate the lengths of our cables, that's calculus, and we measured and adjusted each cable by hand, which is over 100 knots. The bridge is designed to be a landmark in Crystal City. Suspension bridges have a very distinctive outline and are very pretty. Most pedestrian and bicycle bridges are visibly accessories to larger car bridges. Our bridge is clearly not that. And those suspension bridges,
Okay, returning back to scenario number 1. In the dugout, the Flying Arch. On deck, the Pacifica. And coming up to bat from Pinole Valley High School, Fly High Magpie.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. My name is Daniel.
My name is Lamar.
My name is Sophia.
My name is Josh.
And this is our bridge.
Our team did the scenario in South Korea. The scenario consists of making a movable bridge in the Han River, connecting Yongsan and Gangnam, which will replace the Hannam Bridge.
A little context of both these cities. During the Joseon Dynasty, Yongsan served as an entry point to the city of Seoul, with there also being, for the seaborne travelers and merchants, with there being a small port facility for them in operation with the Han River. While Gangnam is widely known to be one of the richest districts in South Korea, home to many department stores, underground shopping centers, and malls.
Combining both districts' concept, we tried thinking of a way of how we can incorporate those two in our final bridge design.
As for our final bridge design, the wingspan of South Korea's national bird, the magpie, is our Korean mythology. Magpies are regarded as messengers delivering good news, but also to provide prosperity and development.
Tying all those together, taking the concept of something entering from Yongsan and Gangnam being known as one of the richest districts, the Nopinada Kashidali, which is English, translated in English as Fly High Magpie, is foreshadowing the good news and development it's going to bring.
As for the color of our bricks, we decided to paint our bricks different shades of blue, applying certain number of layers to make the blue more prominent of some parts of the design.
Work on this bridge really tested our teamwork, time management, and communication skills. At the beginning, we weren't communicating, causing us to redo certain things. We were also put on a time crunch because of this, but luckily, with better communication skills, we were able to work as a team and finish right on time. Thank you.
In the dugout, we have Taeguki Bridge. On deck, the Flying Arch. And coming up to bat from Pinole Valley High School, the Pacifica.
Hello, my name is Ramon Sardua.
I'm Sanaya Thomas.
Anthony Show.
And my name is Gernor Joshan.
So we originally wanted to call our bridge the Bridgeosaur because of the design in the front. It's supposed to be Gyarados from Pokemon in Gen 1. And now it's officially called the Pacifica Bridge.
Our scenario was to build a bridge over the Han River towards the Yellow River in Seoul, South Korea. It's made to withstand severe weather, and it's strong enough to hold at least one brick.
Considering since the bridge is over the Han River and towards the Yellow River, we thought that we should reflect that. And it is a girder bridge that is made of steel and steel beams, and the lights will be made of glass to preserve plastic. We've made it so it lifts. It kind of ripped a bit, but there we go. Yeah, it just lifts a bit for boat access. It lifts all the way up. And then there's levers to help that as well. And there will be people walking, and we made sure to put warning signs so when it lifts so there's no hazards.
Overall, we had many challenges while building this bridge, especially since our team leader was gone for a few days due to an emergency. However, during that time, we learned to work together as a team and better ourselves. So we each came up with a design, and we worked through each design to see which would result in the best design for the bridge. And overall, we were better as a team and as engineers. So thank you for listening to our presentation today.
In the dugout, we have Gei Zhang. On deck, the Taguki Bridge. And coming up to bat, from Sacred Heart Cathedral Prep, the Flying Arch.
All right. Hello. We are the Flying Arch. I'm Jack.
I'm Zach.
I'm Kaya.
And we created a bridge to serve the city of Seoul, South Korea. And we created a unique design to a movable span. And we also created a unique approach to a sturdy bridge that can withstand the harsh weather conditions that the city of Seoul experiences. When the two spans lift up, it appears kind of like wings, giving us the name the Flying Arch. And we combine two main specific types of bridges. And this is a modern approach to a movable span, and that also fits in really well with the modern aspect of the city.
We use a combination of an arch and a truss, which creates a strong support for any pedestrians or vehicles. The arch connects to both ends of the bridge, which holds it together and gives it support when the middle's moving. We hollowed out our arch by cutting triangles in it, which adds to the aesthetics and also reduces the amount of materials needed. This is great for the environment and meets our goals for more sustainability.
To promote sustainability, our bridge is going to be made from recycled steel. South Korea is one of the world's largest producers of steel, which means that we can locally source that material. Using recycled steel also helps to reduce our carbon footprint.
And we really enjoyed the process of building this bridge. We learned a lot from the challenges we faced, and something that really helped us was spending more time on the planning and sketching. That way we thought through the breaking points before we had to start over or before we ruined our entire bridge. And we agreed the most important part of building something as a team is to communicate throughout the process. That way, everything you make individually fits in seamlessly as one system. Thank you. And shout out to Michael, who's not here.
Okay, in the dugout, we have Dogwood Bridge. On deck, Gei Zhang. And coming up to bat from Sacred Heart Cathedral Prep, the Taguki Bridge.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jaden.
And I'm Morgan, and we are two ninth graders representing our school's Sacred Heart Cathedral Preparatory. Unfortunately, two of our group members, Cruz and Zelaya, were unable to attend today.
The scenario we chose was number 1, and our mission being to replace the Hanan Bridge in South Korea. After careful planning and designing, our group created a model bridge representing a steel and concrete piece of beautiful architecture, which includes many historical elements. The first of these historical elements being its name, Taegukgi Bridge.
Our bridge is a combination of a truss, arch, girder, and suspension design, combining 4 of the original design structures. Each of these play a very important role in supporting the liftable span this bridge requires and the weight of pedestrians and vehicles.
Similar to the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, pedestrians will walk on the 2 10-foot outer lanes of the bridge, with vehicles traveling on the 4 inner lanes, 2 running in each direction. Also, our bridge features a liftable span in the center, which allows for boats to pass through.
In terms of being energy efficient, our bridge, as we mentioned earlier, will be made out of recycled steel and concrete. Did you know that South Korea is actually the top 6th producer in steel and the top 7th producer in concrete in the world? This means that we wouldn't have to use as many fossil fuels like gasoline to transport materials, leaving less of a carbon footprint on the planet. It also requires less of a cost to build this bridge since these materials are so easily accessible.
Our bridge is a winning design because it incorporates many important historical design elements. In fact, our name, Taegukgi Bridge, means the Great Flag of Korea, a red, white, blue, and black piece of history valuable to Korean culture. And this is exactly what we aim to represent with this bridge.
The Korean flag includes a red and blue yin and yang symbol in the center. We decided to color our bridge with red spray paint, resembling the red upper half of the yin and yang symbol. With the blue water below, we figured the bridge would fit perfectly with the surrounding landscape while incorporating an important part of Korean culture.
The wavy design of the Taegukgi Bridge represents the curvy divide and circular shape of the symbol on the flag as well. And since our bridge is cost-effective, historically inclusive, and energy-saving, we hope that this bridge will be used in Korea. Thank you. Normally, we would use a motor to take.
Okay. In the dugout, we have Park Bridge. On deck, Dogwood Bridge. And coming up to bat from San Francisco Hilltop High School, Gay Zhang.
Our team named Honolulu and built and named our bridge Gijang because of its location in Seoul, South Korea. Our team members are Danny, Mariah, and Shahana. As a group, we believe that teamwork makes the dream work. We believe working together to make our arch draw bridge fit into the beautiful landscape of Seoul. This will allow both auto and foot traffic to move safely.
To create the bridge, we took turns measuring and cutting the foam core to create arches that could be made of metal and cement. We took turns discussing ideas of what we wanted the bridge design to look like. We messed up a couple times trying to cut the foam core to the correct size, but we redid it and learned from our mistakes. Next time will be easier building a bridge. In our design, we included a movable span for the bridge's deck to allow boats to pass underneath it easily. We created a drawbridge deck that raises up for these boats. The drawbridge designs require drilling holes through wooden dowels used to rotate the string. Our design also includes the historical symbol of Tigu This emblem comes from the Korean flag and was placed on each side of our bridge. It represents harmony between negative and positive energies, also known as yin and yang. For people crossing the bridge in presence of trees, flowers, butterflies, and a flowing river will remind them of peace, harmony, and balance.
Our Hannon Bridge replacement will stand against future flooding from its river. It will support cars, bicycle, and foot traffic. The bridge project requires us to learn to work with new tools and building ideas. We would not change anything about our bridge design. However, we learned to overcome our frustration, not giving up, and be proud of our creation.
Okay, that concludes all of our presentations for scenario number 1. So now we are moving on to scenario 2, although we've already had one of those presentations. So scenario 2 consists of a pedestrian bridge connecting Reagan National Airport to National Landing. National Landing is a community made up of 3 neighborhoods: Crystal City, Pentagon City, and Potomac Yard, just outside of Washington, D.C., in Arlington, Virginia. Home to over 26,000 residents, it has the largest walkable downtown in Virginia. National Landing represents the best of city living with convenient access to public transportation and a strong community focus. The future looks bright for National Landing as expansion is anticipated due to an expansion and revitalization of transportation infrastructure. As part of that infrastructure development, Crystal City is developing a new pedestrian bridge from Reagan National Airport to National Landing. The bridge will cross the George Washington Parkway and connect Crystal City Metro Station to Reagan Airport Metro Station. The requirements are as follows: a span of 3,000 feet with a minimum 300-foot width. The purpose is to provide pedestrian access as well as bicycle, as well as a shuttle transportation line to provide airport access. The bridge should reflect the innovative National Landing community focus, and sustainability requirements are such that should be locally sourced materials and minimal design usage. So with that, in the dugout, we have Crystal Crossings. On deck, Park Bridge. And coming up to bat from Carlman High School, Dogwood Bridge.
All right, so hello everyone. We are one of the National Landing groups from Carlmont High School here with Dogwood Bridge. So for those of you who don't know, the state flower of Virginia is the dogwood flower. So we thought it'd be very fitting to name our bridge after that flower. Now our group is comprised of 3 amazing engineers, of myself, Nolan,
Rabia,
and Andrew.
Okay, so in real life, our bridge will be made out of steel, which is durable, long-lasting, and environment-friendly. So we'll also include a wide park across the whole bridge, including trees, bushes, flowers, and possibly tiny ponds to mimic the nature itself. So we believe that since the bridge goes over a highway, we believe that the trees or the park itself will enhance the air quality.
So I'm here to talk to you a little bit about the design of our bridge. As you can see, we have a truss and an arch bridge. The truss is a reckoning back to the industrial past of the Chesapeake region of that part of the U.S., and the arches are a symbol of the movement forward. The arches increase in size as you go towards the bridge, and that shows the future of the ascending National Landing neighborhood. On top of that, we hope that the park across the entirety of the top surface of the bridge will create a monument status for the area, which will increase economic growth in the area as well.
So through this experience, our group had not only learned how to be more adaptable, but we also learned how to compromise effectively on design. So a lot of you guys have probably heard the saying, measure twice and cut once. We had measured once and cut twice. Our trusses here were originally twice the size they were, and we had to cut them in half to make them look more aesthetic. We also learned how to compromise effectively on design because we all had different ideas on how big these arches should be, but through compromise and effective teamwork, we had come up with a design that we're all happy with and we're all happy to call our own.
Yeah, thank you
so
so
much.
much.
In the dugout, Star Spangled Bridge. On deck, Crystal Crossings. And coming up to bat from Carlmont High School, Park Bridge.
Hello, good afternoon. We are from Carmont High School. My name is Jillian.
I'm Jacob.
Our third member, Reed, could not be here today. Nonetheless, our group was able to create a pedestrian bridge connecting to the Reagan National Airport in National Landing, Virginia, called the Park Bridge. It earns this name due to the fact that there is a park that covers the entire surface level of our bridge where pedestrians can leisurely walk and enjoy the beautiful scenery. In this Virginia community, they have been pushing to prioritize public transportation. Because of this, there's a two-way shuttle system that travels through the body of our bridge. So by constructing a bridge that has public transport as well as an impressive park, we believe it helps encourage a more environmentally friendly as well as sustainable urban community.
Our bridge is a modern spin on the classic arch, combining two key elements of structural design, being the arch and girder. With the two-level deck, our bridge gains structural stability and greater surface area, allowing for trams to pass underneath the top level, leaving the pedestrians undisturbed. On the top lies a beautiful park-like pathway system with native greenery, trees, and pathways to enhance the pedestrian experience. Our bridge was also built with stability in mind. The arch provides support by distributing the weight along the arch and into our more stable base, and this, along with the girder, ensures that our bridge can withstand any potential load. The arch itself will be made of steel because it's durable and adaptable, and the deck will be made of engineered wood because of its long-lasting nature.
Throughout the 10-week process, our group learned a lot about the value of working together, listening to each other, and compromising to create a product that we're all proud of. For example, the base part that you see on both sides here was not a part of our original design. When we hit a roadblock in construction early on, we realized the weight wasn't evenly distributed. So we sat down, talked about it, and you could say that that kind of worked. So overall, and most importantly, we had a lot of fun in this process, and we're very grateful for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.
In the dugout, Saul's Bridge. On deck, Star Spangled Bridge. And coming up to bat from Carlmont High School, Crystal Crossings.
Hello, our group is Crystal Crossings. Our project was the second scenario, the national landing to Reagan National Airport. Our bridge is a cable stay design made out of high-strength steel and reinforced concrete. Our design consists of through pulleys, or the cables go through instead of connecting directly to the road to increase stability. We wanted to focus on maximum efficiency, so we use as little materials as possible, and to create a low footprint on the skyline. We wanted to use these triangles design. Both of the towers are triangles, and they also have triangle stability supports on each side.
Yeah, our bridge is called Crystal Crossing mainly because it's located near Crystal City. It connects the Reagan National Airport to the Crystal City Metro Station. There is a monorail train system that travels through the middle of it, and then on each side of them are pathways for pedestrians and bikers. The monorail system is separated from the pedestrians and the bikers via a row of bushes that helps make the bridge more aesthetically pleasing, and also helps with the environmental mission that National Landing has been trying to achieve for the past few years. Along with that, we also use recycled steel, again, to help with the environmental mission of National Landing, and also pre-stressed concrete to make the bridge more structurally sound. We also try to keep our bridge as low material as possible to make it more cost effective. And what we learned from this project was there were a lot of different challenges, mainly just what type of bridge we wanted to do. We were debating between a truss bridge or a suspension bridge, but eventually we landed on a cable-stayed bridge. And if we were to do this project again one more time, we would try to focus more on the aesthetics, but we really like how functional our current bridge is. Thank you.
In the dugout, we have the Bronx. On deck, Saul's Bridge. And coming up to bat, Star Spangled Bridge from Carlmont High School.
The Star-Spangled Bridge, appropriately patriotic for a bridge in Washington, D.C., crosses the George Washington Parkway to connect the Ronald Reagan National Airport to the Crystal City Metro Station. Our team consists of Ryan Kansani, who's unable to be here today, me, Lauren Mizrak-Mohan,
and me, Emma Reeder.
And we're from Carlmont High School. Our design mimics the imposing architecture of governmental buildings in D.C. and embodies the innovative and environmentally conscious spirit of National Landing.
The Star-Spangled Bridge is, as you can see, a cable-stayed bridge consisting of 2 triangular towers on either side. Cables extending from the tops of these towers overlap near the center of the bridge, and additional cables run underneath to create tension that counteracts the weight of traffic crossing. The towers are also reinforced with triangular supports, ensuring the structural integrity of the bridge. The many different triangular shapes formed in our design are meant to complement one another and reflect the technical architecture of National Landing. Also, as a fun fact, triangles are the strongest shape in nature.
Furthermore, our design limits the environmental impact of the bridge by minimizing the amount of materials used in construction and by using locally sourced recycled steel for the majority of the bridge. We also incorporated a variety of native plant species along the towers and walkways of the bridge. These plants sequester carbon dioxide and filter the air surrounding the bridge, which reduces the impact of air pollutants on National Landing.
Now, in terms of space allocation, our bridge is mainly a pedestrian bridge. The center of the bridge will have a light rail track that connects the airport to the metro station, where trams can pass in either direction. Meanwhile, the rest of the bridge will be reserved for bicycle and pedestrian traffic to encourage more sustainable methods of transportation. Overall, this project was extremely rewarding for us. Our work has resulted in the creation of the Star-Spangled Bridge, the best candidate for the National Landing Bridge Design Competition. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
In the dugout, Paloma. On deck, the Bronx. And coming up to bat from Envision Academy, Salisbury.
Hello, everyone. My name is Javier. This is Layla, Rawan, and Caesar, and we all, including Alessandra, who sadly couldn't make it today, helped to construct Saul's Bridge. The name Saul's Bridge comes from a Better Call Saul flag that hangs next to our table group. We decided to build a bridge based on scenario 1. We wanted to build a bridge that focuses on aesthetics, but also on structural integrity. And we believe that an arc bridge would do just that.
For our bridge design, we made a shallow arch bridge. The model bridge is made out of construction foam, pins, and glue. Since this bridge is for pedestrians, we decided to get creative with the designing of the railing. We wanted to add to the curvy aesthetic of the bridge, so we decided to make a wavy railing to match it. We also wanted to paint the bridge rose gold so that it would stand out from other bridges in the area.
We had a clear vision on what we wanted to build. However, some measurements we came up with initially would make the structure unstable. For example, we wanted the radius of the bridge to be about 7 inches. However, this made the base of the bridge and the arc of the bridge to be really close together, making the base extremely weak.
To solve this, we decided to make the radius of the arc smaller, giving the base more support. Our biggest challenge for this bridge will be attempting to create the wavy rails that go on each side of the bridge. Creating 2 identical wavy rails flawlessly isn't the easiest thing in the world. Another challenge came from attempting to make the arch as precise as possible. Our bridge works best for this scenario because it is very sturdy and has potential to become a tourist attraction based on how we've decorated it. The rails are also going to be looking very nice to look at.
Not only was this bridge fun to participate in, but it also helped us feel more connected than ever. We believed that we became more comfortable with each other, like the moment we started, constructing the bridge. Overall, this was a 10 out of 10 experience. Thank you.
In the dugout, the bridge of the future. On deck, Paloma. And coming up to bat from Envision Academy, the Bronx.
Hello, everybody. My name is Cynthia Joseph. Unfortunately, my other group members, Ahmed, Sandra, Jerlyn, and Edgar could not make it today, so I'll be here to represent us all. We're juniors at Envision Academy of Arts and Technology. Of course, the name of our bridge is the Bronx. We chose that because none of us really liked Virginia that much anyway. The bridge scenario we chose was the pedestrian bridge in Virginia. For our bridge, we went with a truss design with a railing along each side for pedestrians. Because the bridge would also act as a railway for the metro station trains, the foundation of our bridge would be made up of concrete. We went with concrete because it's the most reliable and the least likely to break under immense amounts of weight, especially because the trains passing by would be carrying passengers to and from the airport. For our railings, on the pedestrian sides, we chose steel because it's strong enough not to be taken down or destroyed easily, and steel is more environmentally friendly. Save the earth. Overall, the process of designing this bridge with our team was very fun. We enjoyed discussing model ideas and making decisions on the structure of our bridge. It helped us work together better as a team, and we really enjoyed getting to do something other than physics once a week. All jokes aside, we hope you enjoyed our presentation. Thank you for your time.
In the dugout, Puente Cristal. On deck, the bridge of the future. And coming up to bat from San Francisco Hilltop High School, Paloma.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. We are a team Mariposa, and our members are Anderle and Miriam. Our Virginian nationality launch is Paloma, Adobe in English, and this represents freedom.
Our bridge is a suspension bridge that uses cement and iron cables. We made this for a few reasons. The hole in the bridge towers make it it simple and cheaper to build and also help reduce wind pressure. It also fits well in the area. We had many ideas but limited time, so we came up with a simple bridge idea that uses fewer cables and towers.
As team, we look the best team idea to make a final bridge. I was hard to learn about to we work together, learn from each another, had fun.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
In the dugout, the Aurora. On deck, Puente Cristal. And coming up to bat from San Francisco Hilltop High School, the Bridge of the Future.
Hi everyone, welcome to the team lay with Itati and me, Otilia. Your bridge will be the new bridge for national language Virginia, USA, so we are the bridge of the future is the food bridge with capacity for two-way free to national area for Trees City.
Other three made a strong and beautiful suspension bridge that is efficient and made of steel wood without extra metal. This is good for the air and for national landing. The cables we have the bridge be strong and look nice. The spaces within the cables help support the bridge and other weights. All the nice area strong the cables.
Or the team work with a lot of love, give each other opinion in the bridge, the styling and the color. We are respect the decision for others. Thank you.
In the dugout, Bridge of Creativity. On deck, the Aurora. And coming up to bat from San Francisco Hilltop High School, Puente Cristal.
Hi everyone, our team is Heidi, Jackie, Carla, and me, Esperanza. And we made the bridge Crystal because it's honor Crystal City in Virginia National Landing. This arch bridge has a tube level for people. The bottom desk is for cars with cable for safety.
The bottom level will only be for the metro shut up and bicycle. The bridge will be made of reinforced low cement concrete. This protects the environment and reduces CO2 emission and makes on a strong arch and columns.
The bridge has a glass roof made of recycled bottles that help the environment. The bridge has a garden for people together as a community. The pretty bridge will attract people to take the metro.
The crystal bridge is expensive with little material used and protects the environment. The bridge will make a nice additional to national landing.
In the dugout, Lightway Bridge. On deck, Bridge of Creativity. And coming up to bat from Abraham Lincoln High School, the Aurora.
Good afternoon. We are Melanie, Tyler, Jenny, and Benji. For Scenario 2, our bridge is named Aurora, which is inspired by the Greek word for sunrise, and represents the blue color of the sky during dawn. The bridge arch reflects the name Aurora as it reaches to a high latitude where the natural light displayed in the Earth's sky called the Aurora Borealis is often visible. The name of the bridge relates to both its colors and its geographical location, as it embodies the beauty of the sunrise.
Through the bridge, we wanted to capture the beauty and grandeur of the natural world. Our group worked together to create a magnificent bridge that embodies our design vision. Each member was able to contribute their ideas and collaborate with one another to enhance the final product. Effective communication was key in making sure that everyone's ideas was heard and incorporated into the design.
This is an arc bridge in typology where the deck's weight is carried along the arc and supported by abutments at both ends that span across Crystal City Metro Station to the National Airport. To accommodate different transportations, we have 3 separate lanes in the order of pedestrians, shuttles, and bikes. The outer lane, pedestrians and bikes, are elevated from the shuttle lane for safety and scenic views. In reality, the bridge will be placed inland, therefore we included supports on the bottom here. However, the bridge would function equally efficient without them.
The Aurora Bridge has a sustainable design because we tried to remove the amount of materials built into the bridge while also keeping the construction stable. This bridge will be built out of steel and concrete because of its sustainability and its longevity. Steel is a reusable and recyclable metal which has no toxins released into the environment, while concrete is also known for its sturdiness and its longevity, making it ideal for our bridge's exterior. Concrete also has a very, very low carbon footprint during manufacture, making it the perfect choice for this project. Thank you for your time.
In the dugout, National Walkway. On deck, Lightway Bridge. And coming up to bat from Abraham Lincoln High School, Bridge of Creativity.
Okay, hello guys. So this is Creativity Bridge. It was designed by Tiffany, Lillian, and me, Zoe. It crosses the George Washington Memorial Parkway and connects Crystal City, Virginia to the Reagan National Airport. This bridge was heavily inspired by the Amazon headquarters, which is going to be at Crystal City. The Amazon headquarters is a very organic shape. It's in the shape of a shell. So we also wanted to include a lot of nature elements into it. Hence the sun cuts hence the sun cuts and the cloud and wave railing. This bridge was primarily designed for pedestrians, so we've decided to split the train and the pedestrian side while also allowing a walkway over the tunnel that the train goes through so that you can see on both sides of the bridge, because I think that would be a really cool view. This bridge was designed to be a very recreational space. There would be like a lot of trees and nature and seating and stuff, and then also the tunnel and the stairs leading up to it. It allows for a lot of activities and picnics and such.
Our bridge is an arch bridge because of the simplicity and focus on what is on top. The base would be reinforced concrete, while the railing and the cloud details would be recycled steel. All materials would be locally sourced and minimize the cost and our carbon footprint. Thanks to the solar panel lights inside the tunnel and also on during the night, people will be able to enjoy the space at all times of the day. To be more environmentally conscious, we have trees lining the bridge to provide shade while also capturing carbon in the air. Native and bee-friendly plants will be also there to increase pollination in the surrounding area.
Originally, we wanted to do a two-tiered bridge, one for pedestrians and another for a shuttle, but decided that it costed too much material, so instead we moved the shuttle lane to the side of the bridge and built a platform on top so that pedestrians could still see both sides of the bridge.
Thank you.
In the dugout, Crystal Bridge. On deck, National Walkway. And coming up to bat from Abraham Lincoln High School, Lightway Bridge.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are Mace Architectural Firm presenting Lightway for scenario number 2 from National Landing to the Reagan National Airport. Lightway represents both the beauty of Crystal City combined with modern trends, and our bridge is accessible to all kinds of vehicles such as cars and shuttle buses, taxis, trucks, and pedestrians. They're not vehicles.
Our bridge materials consist of concrete, steel, and glass. The concrete will be used where the shuttle buses are. The steel will be placed all over the bridge, and glass will be used to cover where the pedestrians walk. Our bridge is a mix between an arch and a cable-stayed bridge, since we did have difficulty choosing one. We know that Lightway is a perfect option for this scenario because of its uses. For example, tourists could go and take photos, locals could go relax and exercise, since benches would also be provided to rest on. And how the name Lightway suggests, there will be lights all around the bridge that will turn on at night, and moreover, there will be solar panels that will be used to absorb and save light.
Many ideas came to mind when designing Lightway. However, we decided to make our bridge double-decored. As you can see over here, the top of our bridge will be for pedestrians, and it'll be decorated with natural elements such as bushes, trees, and even benches. It'll also be it'll be encased with glass to keep the pedestrians warm during the day, and to also match with Crystal City's modern trends. Then it will also curve around the bottom layer for cars and shuttles. Additionally, everyone got to know each other better so that communication was not an issue.
Even though there were multiple complications when it came to designing and building the bridge, the whole experience was fun and exciting. We all learned that communication is important when it comes to big projects like these, and open up to each other day by day. Some things we would do differently include being more productive, asking for more help, and contributing our own ideas to the team more. Overall, this was a great learning experience, but that allowed us to create an amazing bridge and meet new people. Thank you.
In the dugout, Hokie Bridge. On deck, Crystal Bridge. And coming up to bat from Abraham Lincoln High School, National Walkway.
The name of our bridge is National Walkway because we want the bridge to function as a waving platform as well as a direct connection between Reagan National Airport and Crystal City, Virginia. Our team members are Carl, Brian, and Twin. The concept and design of our bridge is simple, practical, welcoming, and environmentally friendly.
The type of bridge we decided to create was a tight arch bridge. Some design challenges for us was the bridge needing to be a pedestrian and vehicle bridge at the same time. We designed the bridge with 2 decks. Pedestrians can walk on top of the bridge, and cars travel underneath the bridge. A semicircular area located on the lower deck in the center of the bridge allows pedestrians to rest and browse over the large scenery below. There also will be a circular green space on the upper deck with landscape features for all to enjoy. Our team experienced some communication issues due to language barriers. This resulted in multiple ideas that we had to merge together. All we did was combine those ideas and made some modifications after the fact to make it even better.
In conclusion, the overall experience was difficult but proved to be a good learning experience for all of us. We feel our bridge structure natural walkway is welcoming for visitors to the Washington, D.C. area, as well as useful for local community members. We designed the bridge to withstand the winter of the local environment with sustainable building materials to help decrease the overall environmental impact on our Earth. And lastly, we were able to communicate our individual ideas with each other and watch them transform into one unified project.
In the dugout, in and out bridge, on deck, Hokie Bridge, and coming up to bat from Livermore High School, Crystal Bridge.
Unfortunately, my partners could not be here today, but I'd like to tell you about Crystal Bridge. Our scenario was National Landing, Virginia. We were tasked to design a bridge to span from Crystal City to Ronald Reagan National Airport. This bridge had to accommodate pedestrians, bikers, and a shuttle. Crystal Bridge was designed to be safe, sustainable, strong, and efficient. Our design uses 2 decks to allow multiple modes of transportation to cross safely at the same time. The top deck is for pedestrians and cyclists, and the bottom deck is reserved for the shuttle. Crystal Bridge uses a truss to support these different levels, as well as towers and cables to support the entire bridge, allowing it to be safe while using as little material as possible. Steel is used to construct this bridge because it is strong but lightweight. It's also highly ductile, which means it will stretch and bend before it breaks, allowing it to support more weight. We chose the name Crystal Bridge to honor the neighborhood this bridge will serve, Crystal City. With this name in mind, we used the geometrical diamond-shaped truss structure to represent a crystal. We also painted it blue and white to allow visibility, but also because when you think of a crystal, you often think of vibrant colors such as this. All of these features work together to make Crystal Bridge the ideal bridge for this scenario. Thank you.
Okay, coming up on the final bridges. In the dugout, Margaret Bridge. On deck, Ferris Manus. And coming up to bat from Livermore High School, Hokie Bridge.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am thrilled to present to you our team's design for the National Landing Bridge, the Hokie Bridge. The National Landing Bridge required a pedestrian bridge along with the shuttle line, connecting the Ronald Reagan Airport with Crystal City. Hokie Bridge is much more than just a walkway and a shuttle line.
Our team had two main goals when designing this bridge. First, we wanted it to fit the aesthetic of National Landing and represent a new way of living in the city.
And second, we wanted it to be sustainable and eco-friendly, signifying a shift from an automobile-based world. I am proud to say that we succeeded in both tasks and more.
To ensure sustainability, we designed our bridge as an arched bridge using locally sourced and sustainable materials. There will also be solar panels on top of the shuttle line to minimize the carbon footprint and make it an environmentally conscious solution.
To fit with the aesthetic and culture of New City living and National Landing, we had two major design twists. First, we had these offset arcs, which represent the uniqueness of National Landing, but also its beauty.
These arcs were one of the main challenges as we had to go through many iterations and designs to make them as nice and sturdy as possible.
Our second major twist was these pedestrian-friendly platforms on the side of our major arcs. These will be filled with local fauna and will provide a picturesque view of sunrises and sunsets with planes whizzing by in the background. They'll be a favorite spot for the locals and a main tourist attraction.
You may be thinking, this bridge sounds fabulous, award-winning even, but why call it the Hokie Bridge? Hokie is the turkey mascot of the local college, Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech is very well known for their engineering majors, and they better educate future engineers and architects that can turn this into reality one day.
Hokie Bridge is truly like no other. Its unique designs fit with the National Landing culture of New City living, and its sustainability and eco-friendliness promote a future that's less reliant on cars. Its name celebrates a really famous turkey and education. We want to thank you all for listening, and we want to thank the Engineers Association for the Arts for this amazing opportunity. Thank you. Oh, Alliance for the Arts, sorry. Great name.
Okay, judges, please skip item number 40 on your list, either the Felix or the In-N-Out Bridge. On deck, we have Margaret Bridge, and coming up to bat from New Technology High School, Ferris Manus.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're from New Tech, and our bridge is Ferris Manus. I'm Alex, this is Michael, and this is Daisy. Our other teammate, Victor, isn't here, and the traitor will be dealt with accordingly. So the aesthetics of our bridge are very simple, and we didn't paint it. But through arch bridges are just very nice looking already. And when it rains, those without an umbrella are like kind of out of luck. My bad.
So I'm going to talk about the mechanical structure of our bridge for a little bit. So these horizontal cables right here, as weight was distributed on the bridge, it helps support and distribute that weight across the whole bridge. These vertical cables will ensure that these cables don't snap. And then these brackets back here just make sure that the arch doesn't just break. And our base will be made out of geopolymer concrete so that it is environmentally friendly and it will help reduce our carbon footprint. And then our arch will be made out of steel.
So I will be talking about the challenges that we faced. The first challenge we faced was to make certain choices which led to certain sacrifices. We had a different initial idea in mind originally, but had to give it up because we were mostly concentrating on the aesthetic features rather than the improved strength. And the second challenge we faced was adding the cables onto the bridge.
So our cables have like little thingies down here? Oh, never mind. Thank you.
Okay, judges, you can skip items 42 and 43, Rule of Santana and Finesser. And so, final at bat, providing the game-winning hit, will be Margaret Bridge from Pinole Valley High School.
Thank you for having us. I'm Nicole. This is Anise and Vincent, and our teammate Giancarlo couldn't be here. And our bridge name is Margaret Bridge, inspired by a television character. We're doing the National Landing Bridge in Virginia, and it's a pedestrian bridge with 4 pathways, which we painted with red, white. And it must represent an aspect of Virginia. So we decided to artistically depict natural values of the state by doing the red cardinal, which is a state bird, and putting flowers on it, which the dogwood flower, which is the state flower.
So our bridge is a truss design, and it is made out of concrete and painted steel for sustainability. A design challenge that we had was how we would include a lot of paths but still be efficient. Our bridge demonstrates the values of Virginia and taking flight as it leads to the airport. Our bridge is also centered around environmental values, such as including bike paths, walkable terrain, and electrical bus, which goes through the middle. Shadow.
So we were stuck between a suspension bridge or a truss bridge, but a suspension bridge presented too much unnecessary weight, so we went with the truss. And we decided to combine a lot of our designs as a compromise because we were really stuck on how to go about designing the bridge. So that presented open-mindedness within us because we were all glad to combine our designs.
So it has been an absolute pleasure to have embarked on this journey where our creative spirits are set free and to explore and innovate. Our team has gained invaluable insights into the intricacies of bridge building, such as weight distribution and prioritizing structural elements, all of which have contributed to the creation of highly efficient structure. Our journey has taught us the true essence of team. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Housekeeping issue for the judges, unfortunately for the presentations that did not show up today. If you entered in the cell an X, could you please change that to a 0? It screws up the spreadsheet scoring. All right. Well, that concludes our student presentations for this afternoon. I would like to ask for one more round of applause to all of the students. It really is amazing to see the hard work and effort you guys have put in over the last 3 months, resulting in this. A lot of creativity, a lot of diversity in bridge designs, and it is just absolutely amazing to see every single year, and this class is no different. All right. The judge moderators are waiting for the judges' scores, and they will be in the back there tallying them up. It takes a while, given the number of bridges we have. And so while we're waiting patiently for that, I would like to introduce on stage and welcome Matt Zhejiang, an associate professor at UC Berkeley, to the stage, who is also a final judge today. Matt graduated from UC Davis with a bachelor's in civil engineering and then with a master's in civil engineering and a PhD in structures from MIT. Before moving to California, Matt was a senior lecturer at the University of Cambridge, and here at Cal, Matt is the faculty advisor to the Steel Bridge team. So please welcome Matt Zhejiang.
All right. Hi, everyone. It's my pleasure to host you here at UC Berkeley today. It's really been an amazing event that I look forward to every year. I've been involved in it for several years now, and it's really a highlight of the year. Hopefully you had a chance to meet the Steel Bridge team out front. I asked them to come every year so you can see what you might be involved in university if you want to continue along this route and continue designing bridges. Today we've really all witnessed exceptional talent of the students and the creativity of the next generation of artists and engineers. And it's inspired me. I think as family and friends and parents, you should be very proud of what the students have accomplished and what they've shown today. So I was asked to say a few words, and as I reflect on this event, it reminds me of my own educational past. I was studying engineering and then got very interested in architecture and arts and the aesthetics of buildings and structures as well. So I had the chance during my graduate degree to learn about some really inspiring master builders of the past. And I was hoping I could just demonstrate a few of them today to maybe inspire you further along this path that you've started. So sometimes these are referred to as structural artists. So it's really the essence of this event. It's merging passion for the arts with passion for the engineering and creating some spectacular designs. So through the process of my education, I learned about a few of these famous people, and hopefully we can demonstrate some here. So this is the work of a famous Spanish engineer architect, Antonio Gaudí, and you might have seen his famous structures. And now that you all know about tension and compression and cable structures, you understand how this works, right? No? On the left is a model, a hanging model of ropes in pure tension with weights. And Antonio Gaudí, he had the amazing idea that if I have this pure tension structure, I could flip this whole thing over and I could build something in pure compression. And it's a very simple load, and you could create a model like you've created today that actually has proportional weights and then build something which exists and carries that load in reality. So the right is a real building, and the left is the design model. And that's how he built the real building. And then he went on to do things like this, the Sagrada Familia in Barcelona, which is the same concept. It's just taking tension and inverting it and making it compression. I also learned about Heinz Eisler. He's a German engineer. He used the same concept, and he created the shell. Looks very different than the previous structure, but actually he did the same thing. He took fabric, he hung it in pure tension, he cast it, it became hard, he flipped it over, he created shells, and these were his models to create geometry, to create some amazing shells, which then he went and built in lots of places around the world. So very simple models like you've built, but with informed knowledge and engineering ability, was able to create some really beautiful things. I also learned about a famous Mexican immigrant who became a famous engineer, Felix Candela. And he also had a very simple idea. He figured out that he could use straight boards. So if you see the model on the left, it's all straight boards. And he figured out with straight boards, I can build formwork for curved structures. So the formwork is simple, it's straight boards, but if you put it in a clever pattern, you can create curved structures. So the formwork there, and then you cast the concrete on top, and you end up with the shell on the right. And he went on also to create some extremely intricate and detailed buildings all across, in numerous places across Mexico. It's still on my bucket list to go visit some of these, but it's some truly spectacular structures. So three engineers that used very simple ideas, invented ideas, followed their passion, and with those simple ideas created something totally new that people hadn't done before. And then last, I wanted to highlight the work of Julia Morgan. Many of you might have heard of Julia Morgan. She was the first civil engineer graduate of UC Berkeley in 1896 to graduate with honors. Before that, she had an architecture degree from Paris. So she represents really the epitome of this competition as well, trained as both an engineer and an architect, and then went on and built some amazing buildings around California. She overcame the adversity of being one of the only female students, period, in the university, and then the first to graduate in civil engineering with honors, as I said. So she designed Hearst Castle, which is this building here, along with the related grounds near that. She also happens to have designed an incredible number of buildings in this area. If you Google her name, you can visit some of them. So I challenge you to find them and go look at them and visit them. And I made it easy for the first building right next door. You can walk 100 yards that way. If you go out, turn left. It's Hearst Mining Building. The entryway is open. If you walk into the entrance, this is the entryway of Hearst Mining, which is just next door, built in just after the turn of the 1900s, after the turn of the century. So I thought I would highlight a few of these people, partially to inspire you, not to tell you how great these people were, but instead to inspire you to follow your own passion, follow your own direction, follow what excites you and what you're excited about. Today, your work demonstrates in a small way that when you put your mind to something, you can accomplish more than you might have previously thought. Maybe there was struggles, maybe there was difficulties, but you kept at it and you got to a completed project which was very impressive. So whether it's engineering or arts or something else, find something that you can follow to make an impact on the world around you. I think in the world of social media these days, I see my own kids, it feels easy to feel insignificant and you can't make a difference, right? But that's not true at all. The reality is the vast majority of us make a difference by influencing our local community around us, by having some passion and following that passion and making a difference in that way. So I encourage you to do that. So in conclusion, I just want to thank you for inspiring me. I'm always inspired by this event. I find the work of students in a very short amount of time, the things you've accomplished, to be very impressive. And I want to congratulate you again for all of you for being here today. Just making it to the end of this competition is really an accomplishment. So well done. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt, for that wonderful presentation. I'd also like to thank really the UC Berkeley College of Engineering for hosting this bridge showcase and awards event. So a round of applause. So we are in the home stretch, and I will turn the presentation and the event back over to President Will Cotterman. So thank you.
All right, thank you all. We are busy tallying the scores. We are almost done. So let me run through a couple things. Make sure that I have my presentation. Oh, this is Matt's presentation. Hold on one second. I have slides, guys. I have slides. Come on. Okay, there we go. Throw this thing in presentation mode. Is it F5, right? No. Sorry, guys, I'm going to have to cut through all this again. The reason why is because we have these sweet QR codes, and I really want you to see them. So, okay. Thank you very much, Derek, for that MC job. So it's not easy to stand up here to get all the pronunciations of all of the bridge names down to facilitate the awards event. So, Derek, wonderful job, and we really appreciate your help. I don't know where you stepped away. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Can we give a Derek a round of applause, please? All right. Thank you very much. So perhaps of interest to you all, we're very excited about this program. We announced it last year when Eric Chen and his family, he was a board member who moved on from EAA as his family moved to New York, but he left us with a wonderful gift, and it was an endowment of a scholarship fund so that you all who go through our program are eligible for a scholarship should you choose to pursue a career or a career in architecture, engineering, or construction, and that takes the form of either a 4-year degree, a 2-year associate's degree, or an accredited trade school. So it's not just a 4-year degree. So I want to dispel that. So what we have available this year is 5 $1,000 scholarships that will be awarded. The awards will be announced in July, and the applications will be due on June 1st. And it is open to students who competed in this program, not just the ones in this room, but all 620 students that went through our program this year. And so, as I mentioned, if you plan to pursue a degree, we will ask for proof of this, either a degree or a career in architecture, engineering, or construction-related fields. Then we will fund the scholarship if you are selected. So, how do you apply? You can go to our website. You can take a picture of this slide. You can scan that QR code. And you can submit your application, which is a short application, by June 1st. We have some judges lined up that will read those applications and then make their selections. The winners will be notified by July 1st. Again, so if you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, please apply. It's not necessarily limited to just graduating seniors, although we will not give you the money until you actually show us that you're going to school for an architecture, engineering, or construction-related field. So you can win it, and we can defer the payment until you're actually eligible to go to the career of your choice. Another just basic housekeeping item, I can't stand in front of a group of wonderful people like you all without saying that donations are how we keep this program running. So that QR code will take you to our website. If you are so inclined to help the mission of this organization and to make a donation, we would be happy to put that to great use, as you've seen here in front of you today, if you are able to. The donations are tax deductible, as we are a nonprofit organization. All right. Lastly, social media is a thing. I'm on it, you're on it, we're on it. EAA's on it. So every week we post on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Please follow us if you would like to. We are active there with updates on our program and simply the program. We don't spam those channels with anything else. All right. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Ashraf Habibullah. He is a man who quite literally, and you can remember this joke, lights up the room. And so he is the founder of Engineers Alliance for the Arts. He founded EAA back in 1998 and has been a tremendous supporter of our organization in the time since then. He has a unique appreciation, as you'll see, and a love for both engineering and the arts, and he's made it possible for EAA to continue to grow through his annual gifts and support of our program. Ashraf will join us to present his Founders Award. Please join me in welcoming Ashraf Habibullah to the stage, and I'll let him do the rest. Thank you.
Well, it's only freshly printed money. All right. Thank you for having me. And, you know, as far as I'm concerned, every one of you is already a winner. Just the fact that you show up, you know, make a commitment. Just the fact that you make a commitment of your time and have the discipline and the passion to bring things to completion, that's a very, very unique quality. And I just have to tell you how much I appreciate that. And of course, I'm here to celebrate every one of you, the board of directors, the volunteers, the teachers, the parents, but above all, every one of you students. And you know, when you have a celebration, you just can't have a celebration without lights and sparkles, right? So I think I'm doing a little bit of a costume change here for you guys. Okay. All right. Now, you know, 25 years ago, when I came up with the idea of the Engineers Alliance, I figured engineers, they need to be a little more involved in the arts. So I said, okay, maybe there should be an organization that encourages engineers to get involved in the arts. So I came up with this idea, okay, an Engineers Alliance for the Arts might be a great idea. So I talked to a few people about it. And the response was, hey, that's stupid. I mean, engineering and art just doesn't go together. In fact, even Willie Brown at one of his presentations was talking about, I have heard this organization started up called the Engineers Alliance for the Arts. That's an oxymoron. But you know, you proved them wrong. I didn't, you know, I never listened to logic. I was kind of stupid. You know, if I had listened to them, maybe I wouldn't have started it. So, you know, to start something that has never been done before, you have to have a certain level of stupidity, you know. But to make the thing last nearly 30 years, now that's genius. And that genius isn't embedded in me, or it's actually embedded in every one of you, the board of directors, all of the engineers that over the years have worked with us, all of the parents, the staff, and of course, every one of you. So, and it's always been an honor. I mean, you make me look good. You really do. It's like I get to autograph a book that I haven't even written. That's exactly what this thing is, you know. So I just have to tell you how much I appreciate that. And for that, you know, it's easy to just say thank you. Those are just words. But I have a $50,000 check for this organization, all right? Because I want this to continue, and I want next year's program to be even bigger. So if anybody want to come and take this from me? All right. And thank you, Michelle, for all that you do. It's amazing. I've just had such an incredible time working with this organization over the past 25 years. It's just one of the highlights of my year. And just the passion of the students, you know, to be able to make friends with the younger generation. You know, somebody recently told me that happiness comes from making friends. If you make friends in your own generation, if you double the number of friends that are in your own generation, your happiness doubles. However, if you go into the next generation, generation number 2, and you double your friends in that, your happiness goes double to the power of 2. And if you go down 3 generations, it's double to the power of 3. You are the 6th generation. All right, so my happiness in getting to know all of you is 2 to the power of 6, 64 times. No wonder I'm always so happy, you know. People say it's not normal to be this happy, but I agree it's not normal, but you guys make me abnormal. All right, so let's start with I'm here to present the Founders Award, which is such an honor that they actually have an award named after the founders. So Much appreciated. And of course, the Founders Award always comes with freshly printed cash, you know. Oh, the smell of freshly printed cash. Okay, so, hey, what happened to my list? Hey, Michelle, where's my list? Okay. No, I don't have my list. Oh, there you go. Thank you. I remembered them, but that would take a little time. All right. The first Founder Award goes to, drum roll, Jennifer Coolbridge. Come on down. Come on down. Could I have the microphone, please? The microphone. Well, congratulations. You know, what I love about you is not that the bridge was so amazing from a technological standpoint. You guys are already engineers. I mean, it's just amazing the detail and what you did there. But I just loved your presentation, and I just love the way you're prepared for it, just the way you look. It's amazing, you know. So I had no trouble deciding upon you. So here we go. Where are the... Here, attack of fresh cash, yeah. Well, this is not supposed to be the main thing. The main thing is your thing. Here you go. Oh my God, this is heavy. Yeah. There we go. Congratulations. Congratulations. And congratulations. We hope to see you next year. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Oh, surely. Let me get in the middle.
Okay.
Wait. Get one from the back. I got to make sure they remember my name, you know? Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. Congratulations, yeah, that way. Pardon? I didn't get any cash. Oh. All right. The next one we have is, drum roll, no? The Flying Arch. You know, I just love the fact, the confidence, and just the spirit in which they present stuff. I remember the first time I made a presentation, not even the first time, I was 50 years old and made a presentation, I completely froze. Completely forgot what I was going to say. Somebody in the audience sitting in the front row says, hey, tell them you're happy they are there, you know? So I am so impressed. I was really impressed by your presentation. Just amazing. So, and of course, your bridge. So here we go. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's heavy, yeah? Don't drop it on your foot. Okay, wait. Well, money first. There you go. Congratulations and congratulations. Okay, let me get in between here. All right, get closer here. All right, thank you. Hey, Michelle, I think we're going to need more money. All right. All right. The third winner is, drum roll. Okay, it's a Crystal Bridge. Not only was your bridge amazing, just the fact you get up there and you present it alone. And that goes for all of the others that just came up here. It just takes, I know it's scary. You know, believe me, I've been there. When I first started out to speak, I would have sweat running down my back and forget everything I came out to say. So I know how it is. And that is one thing that this organization teaches you, is how to live out of your comfort zone. That way you will be able to try everything that you run into in your life. So it's just one important thing that you have learned and mastered. And for that, I congratulate you. There we go. Congratulations. Thank you. All right, that's it. We have money left over. I don't know what we're going to do with it. Maybe throw it into the crowd, right? Yeah.
Gonna go hand it out? What do you think?
I don't know, just throw it. How do we decide who gets it? Let me figure out a way while the awards are happening. So we'll do it at the end. All right? That way all of you will stay. I actually have 9 of them. Yeah, I'm done.
Make sure there were no more tricks coming out or anything. All right. Okay, so thank you all. Thank you, Ashraf, for your generosity towards the organization, towards our students here today. All right, we're going to begin by giving out the awards. So we will start with the Best in Class awards, and we will work through them. I'll turn this over to Simon Ng, Dima Zamaris, and Rafa Tercios, who are our VPs of Student Impact Project. They are the ones who, behind the scenes, are working with the volunteers alongside Michelle to make sure that we get everyone into the classroom, that the curriculum's ready to go. They designed the curriculum in the off season, which is fast coming. So a lot of work that these folks have done to make this a reality. So as they come up, let's show them a little appreciation, and I will be back to present the President's Award. But for now, Simon, take it away.
All right, so I figure that people haven't seen me in here because I've been running around outside, but for everyone, I'm Simon Ng, as Will said, Vice President of Technology. It's great to see all these students here. I have to say that in 2009, I was sitting as a student in your seats, giving a presentation, just like you guys did. Didn't win, but many of you have, and you guys have done such a great job, better than any teacher, parent, volunteer can possibly imagine. So give yourselves a round of a hand, and then we will present. And so now we're going to present the Best in Class Awards, and then we're going to follow that up with our other awards. So to start off with, from Envision, Bridge number 1, Tower Bridge, come on up. All right, excellent job. From Ida B. Wells, we have bridge number 3, Shark Attack. From Livermore High School, we have bridge number 6, Tiger's Eye. From Abraham Lincoln High School, we have bridge number 36, Lightway. From Carlmont High School, we have bridge number 25, Dogwood. Great job. From NIA, we have bridge number 8, Koi Bridge. From New Tech High School, we have bridge number 41, Ferris Manus. From Oakland School of the Arts, we have bridge number 19, Bridge of Ethically Practiced Economics. All right, from Pinole Valley High School, we have Bridge 44, Margaret. And from San Francisco Hilltop, we have bridge number 24, Gejang. Congratulations to all the best in class winners. Yeah, feel free to give them another round of applause. I will now turn the mic over to Dima to present the other awards.
All right, thanks, Simon. I'm going to significantly lower this to accommodate my height. All right, so first up, we have the People's Choice Award. So leading up to all the presentations, you all had an opportunity to walk through the Bridge Gallery and vote on your favorite. And this year, our People's Choice Awards comes from Abraham Lincoln High School. It's Bridge number 10, Yongwonhan. I should have practiced that, but come on up. All right, next up we have the Nancy Bonneville Communication Award. So this award is named after a teacher that used to participate in EAA, and it's awarded to the Bridge team with the highest essay and oral presentation score combined. And this is going to Abraham Lincoln Abraham Lincoln Bridge 11, Yang Yul. All right, next up we have the Karen Melander Design Award. So this is actually named after a teacher from Abraham Lincoln High School who retired recently. She was very passionate about architecture and design. And the team that won for that award this year is from SF Hilltop High School. It's going to be Bridge 33, Puente Cristal. Yeah. All right, now we're getting down to the last couple awards. So first, we're going to do the top 3 from scenario 1, which, just as a refresher, was the Seoul, Korea scenario. And we're going to start with 3rd place in scenario 1. And this bridge was from Abraham Lincoln High School, bridge number 12, I can't even read my own handwriting, Mugungwaha Bridge. All right. In 2nd place for scenario 1, we have a bridge from OSA, and that bridge is number 15, Eternal Tree. Congratulations. Whoa. Nice catch. All right. We're getting down to 1st place. Scenario 1, Seoul, Korea. This bridge is from Abraham Lincoln High School, Bridge 13, Harmony Bridge. All right, and now before we get into the top 3 for the National Landing Scenario, I'm going to hand it over to Will to present the President's Award.
Bring that back up. All right, this is the last you have to hear from me today, I promise. Before I give this award, 2 more announcements. So first of all, a big thank you to the UC Berkeley Civil and Environmental Engineering Department for letting us use this space. The Bechtel Engineering Center and the Sibley Auditorium are wonderful venues for our event, so thank you very much. Really appreciate that. All right, we are all wonderful citizens in this program, and so what I ask of you is that when you leave this auditorium, that you take everything with you. Please look around, pick up any trash or garbage that you might see. Ideally, we are not cleaning up this auditorium after you all leave. We take care of that on our way out. If you could help us with that, that would be great. If you would like to take your bridge home, you are more than welcome to do so. Please feel free after you leave here to remove your bridge and take it home with you. Am I missing anything else? I think we're good. All right, so the President's Award for this year, I got to get my number right here, goes to bridge number 4 from Ida B. Wells. That is Moon Bridge. I feel like I owe at least a little explanation. The engineering on this was what stood out to me. So the grooved lifting section was really well done, and I really like the graphite kind of, I'll call it lubrication, I guess, that he did for that. So thank you. That was awesome. All right, Rafa, Dima, Simon, let's take this thing home. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Rafael Tercios, one of the vice presidents for the Student Impact Project, and I'll be announcing the winners of the National Landing Bridge scenario. So, in third place, drumroll please, we have from Carlmont High School, Star Spangled Bridge. All right. There are two left. Tension building. Drum roll, please. In second place, from Livermore High School, Hokey Bridge. All right, everybody. And so for the winner of the National Landing Scenario and Best in Show, drum roll, please. Park Bridge from Carmont High School. So the judges and a lot of us in the executive committee, we loved how the base had extra support. So it's consideration for strength where it's needed, and cutting weight where it didn't need to be. The arches kind of taper in at the top, which is a neat little detail that was put into this bridge. Great color, great presentation, and for that they win Best in Show and Best for National Landing. Everybody, another round of applause, please. And so from here, I'd like to hand it off to...
A little bit of curveball. Ashraf threw us a curveball.
Oh,
so
curveball.
Do we know how we're doing this? You figured it out?
Oprah style?
I didn't figure it out. They figured it out for me. Perfect. All right, so this is truly the final. Thank you all. After Ashraf's done giving away these piles of cash, then I guess we're going to get out of here.
Seven packs to give away. And what we decided that we've got a box with the numbers of each bridge in there. So what we're going to do, we're going to pull a number, and Michelle is going to help me do it. You pull. You pull, and you don't look. Wait, I'm not done yet. Okay. And the way it's going to work, that you have learned about cooperation, you've learned about how to get along together. The hope is that when one team wins something, they will try to share it. Maybe they won't, but that's the hope. All right. Okay. Don't look. Number 3. There you go. You get to keep it all yourself. Jeez. Thank you. Congratulations. All right. Number 8. You know, all of you are such amazing engineers. I'm so surprised as to the detail of technology that you have just picked up to actually look like incredible engineers. But there are people out there that don't know what engineering is about. And that's why I did this comic. It tells people things about engineering that even a 6-year-old can understand. So I would like you to make sure that you take one of these and give it to your friends that don't know about engineering to show how incredibly smart you are. All right. All right, next.
Oh, you got to get them.
Oh, sorry. They won. There we go. Congratulations. Sorry about that. One more.
Big number.
36. Congratulations. I guess you're the team leader? Oh, no. Okay, well, whatever. All right. Congratulations. All right, one more. Hurry up, let's get it on. 23. What? Is that how you get when somebody else wins? I want to see what happens when you win. Pull 24. Congratulations. Thank you. The only 2 of you?
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations. That's pretty good. Yeah, more money. He figured that out. If there's only 2, there's more money. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Keep going. I think she deserves it just for the way she is excited about others. 39. Oh, is that what it is? Oh, okay. There you go. Congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah. Enjoy. Thank you. Here, let's take a picture together. Gentleman wants a picture. All right. Here we go. All right. Hey, before we end, I just have one thing to say. Today in our audience, we have the second, I was the first president, we have the second president of the Engineers Alliance for the Arts, Nick Watry. Could you please stand up? Can we give the gentleman an incredibly big hand? Thank you, Nick, for getting it started. I know I left it and left the bag with you, and you did amazing. So thank you. All right, one more number. 24, please. I'm just Is that 21 or 15? What is it? 15. Congratulations, congratulations. Yeah, absolutely. Here you go. All right, let's take a picture. Hey. You don't get it for free, you know. Yeah. Jeez. Okay. All right, thank you. All right, you know the last one, I'm just going to give it to her, you know. There you go. I mean, she was applauding as if she had won because somebody else won. That alone is worth it. All right, well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I always have the most amazing time.
I think that's a wrap. Thank you all. Thank you. Please clean up. Please clean up. If you want your bridge, please take it home. You have a microphone, don't you? If you want your bridge, please take it home.
If you want your bridge, please take it home. Please.